All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Too little, tough cut. 6 guys. Check, 6, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Martinez. Ebron caught left side. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now this throw caught left side. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 out block. Just heavy on the edges. Go.
Martinez on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Set, ready. Send Tucson. Ready.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, Martinez. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, Harris. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense. 1st down and 10.
Ready. 70 in. You can't block me. Hard. Hit. Spot.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Second and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. 50 help up. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
2nd and 13. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Go! Ready!
They'll set up a throw. He's got Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Geis. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, every now and then you just absolutely outguess yourself. 3rd and inches, and they decide not to run the ball. You end up seeing the end result.
The end result was not good. They elect to pass, and it backfires. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Here we go.
Martinez now to throw on 3rd down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Ready? Touchdown, defense.
1st and 10 at the 41.
To throw is Martinez on 1st down. Short little throw to Ebron. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Dancing to his left. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Martinez. Gonna throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Walton. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They'll set up to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Geis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 50-yard attempt.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of half.
And this will be caught at the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Here's Martinez, looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 3rd down, Martinez. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
58, boy, 58, Mike. That's what I do. 58, right over there, yeah. Mike, ready?
2nd and 4. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open, so it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Ready. 70 in. You got big play. Who got working? Check nine. Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz puts this one through. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Martinez from the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 5. This will be caught by Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Chopper. 41 Mike. Watch the screen. Pass.
2nd and 6. And he whips that one incomplete there. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 32-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
58, come on. I'm coming after you.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10 and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. Flush to his right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the 33-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Here's a second and 7. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Badgley on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a second and 3.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now back to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. He'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. Back now in Indianapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Watch out.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Colts on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Martinez. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Ain't no
Back to throw here. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, there was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
I got him. 58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Looking to throw. Martinez. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They start on the ground with Geis. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And, you know,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Black. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And he's able to get it out of there. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Red, 60, orange. Here we go. Check 50. Fire, 60. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Campbell making the catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. 58, right? Mike, 58, right there. It's been a long day for you. And ready.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Indianapolis, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.